Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the final quarterfinal match of the Wrestling Trivia Challenge Championship Tournament. I am, of course, the longest reigning Wrestling Trivia Challenge champion in history, the Pennsylvania sensation, Greg Sherry. And this is a match I'm really looking forward to. These two are both wrestling trivia masterminds, if I could say so myself. Just watching these two in the tournament, these two are going to be very formidable, whoever moves on. So this should be a heavy-hitting match. I'm really looking forward to it. First of all, let me introduce to you the number 4 seed, probably the early surprise in this tournament. It is Kyle. Kyle, how are you doing?
Very good. Good to be back on here, and some tough competition on the road ahead, I'll tell you that much.
Absolutely. I think you have one of the hardest roads to go through to get to me. But, you know, if somebody of your caliber can... I think you could do it. You do have the potential to do it, especially after you upset Jeremy, who tied me in Season 4 and nearly became champion. So after what you did to him, it's very possible. Now let me go to the number 2 seed in this division. No number 1 seed representing the Survivor division, which is very surprising, and actually one's not representing the Slam division either. So we'll get to that in a little bit. But Brian, welcome back.
Thanks. Well, you're close. It's Reno, Nevada, the other side of the state, but who's keeping track? And I may be the number 2 seed, but I'm number 1 in all your hearts.
There you go.
Right.
See, I'm already screwing up cities. I mean, people are going to throw that in my face like they threw the strap match, chain match debacle in my face last week. I paid for it with the stomach bug, okay? So I felt enough pain in the last week.
It's all good, Bobby.
Yeah.
All right, both of you know the rules of this tournament, but if you haven't watched the show before, I'll explain it to you real quick. There are 20 questions. The first person to 10 points, or whoever has the most points after 20 questions, becomes the winner. You each have one skip that you can use if you so choose on your question only. And if you provide an answer on or before the buzzer, I was told by a lawyer to say this, actually, if on or before the buzzer you answer the question, I accept your answer, whether it's correct or not. If it's correct, you get the point. If it's wrong, obviously you don't. So I believe that's all the rules. The Greg Cherry rule revised. I think we're ready to go. I think we're ready to get this thing started. Figure out who is facing Mark Moffat, the surprise upset of Chris Cass last week on the show. So Brian, as the higher seed in the tournament, you will be going first. So here is your first question. And it's one of the favorites right off the bat. According to Spotify, whose theme song is titled Omen in the Sky? 10 seconds. Go.
That's Gallows and Anderson?
That is Gallows and Anderson. Yes, that is correct. All right, got a Spotify question right off the bat. Good stuff.
Good for it. It's funny because I listen to the Spotify so irregularly. So last time I had a Spotify question, I was totally stumped. So I'm glad I redeemed myself this time.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, they sure.
All right, Kyle, your first question.
All right.
How many hog pen matches have there been in WWE history? 10 seconds. Go.
I want to say 2.
2 is correct, yes. It was Henry Godwinn and Triple H, and, of course, Santina Marella and Vicky Guerrero in their debacle of a storyline.
Oh, man.
All right, 1-1. Good start. Brian, your next question. What was the opening match of the main card of the 2001 Invasion pay-per-view? 10 seconds. Go.
Opening match main card. I'm going to say Jeff Hardy RVD.
That is incorrect. Kyle, 10 seconds. Go.
Was it Taz and Tajiri?
That is also incorrect. It was Edge and Christian versus Lance Storm and Mike Awesome.
Oh.
I remember that match only because Christian tried to dive on the outside and failed miserably.
Yeah.
He tried to springboard off of Edge and he lost his footing. Poor Christian.
No.
But both those matches were on the card that you mentioned, so that's at least something. All right. Kyle, here's your next question. How many times has the NXT Championship changed hands outside of the United States? 10 seconds. Go.
That'd be one time.
That is incorrect. Brian, 10 seconds. Go.
Never?
That is also incorrect. It is actually 3 times.
Great.
Yes, Finn Balor won the championship in Japan.
Right.
So that's the first time. Samoa Joe won it in Toronto, Canada at a takeover event. And then Shinsuke Nakamura regained it 2 weeks later in Japan.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about
So
totally
3
forgot
times.
about that. That's
Oh,
it's news to me.
yeah, it was.
All right. Brian, we go to your next question. What did Damian Sandow call his signature elbow drop? 10 seconds. Go.
God. The elbow of disdain.
That is correct. I wasn't going to ask you for the Latin name because I figured that would be impossible.
That's not
Nobody
fair.
would ever-
That's not fair. Come on.
Yeah. Nobody would ever get that in their right minds.
No.
Not even. So I couldn't even tell you what it was, but I'm sure somebody in the comments will tell you. It would be like, oh, I knew that. It's like,
Yeah.
sure you did.
We have some Latin majors in the audience here at NoDQ.com.
Yeah.
Yep.
A lot of know-it-alls that come on the show and then I annihilate them. All right. Kyle, here's your question.
All right.
Who did Crash and Hardcore Holly defeat to win their first WWE Tag Team Championship as a unit? 10 seconds. Go.
Was that Edge and Christian?
That is incorrect. Brian, 10 seconds. Go.
Rock and Sock Connection?
The Rock and Sock Connection is correct. Yes. Very nicely done. All right, Brian, back to you for your next question. No skips you so far. Of course, it's pretty early. Brian, what name did R-Truth use in TNA in his first appearance with the company? 10 seconds. Go.
Ooh. I'm going to say Ron Killings because that's all I know.
That is incorrect. Kyle, 10 seconds. Go.
Oh, man. I don't think it was Ron the Truth Killings, was it?
That is also incorrect. It was actually K Crush.
Oh.
He had just come from WWE as K Quick, and he hadn't quite started the Ron the Truth Killings gimmick yet, so he was K Crush very briefly before he became the Truth.
Okay.
All right, Kyle, your next question. Who has the longest single reign with the TNA X Division Championship? And that's NWA, TNA, and also Impact Wrestling, the entire title history. 10 seconds. Go.
Is it Austin Aries?
Austin Aries is correct, yes. Almost as long as I've held this title, so not quite. Not quite at my level. Not quite at my level, A-double.
Oh, wow.
I'm sure he'd have something to say about that. But
I'm sure he would.
all right, Brian, your next question. What was the name of the team comprised of Paul Roma and Jim Powers? 10 seconds. Go.
Power and Glory?
That is incorrect. Kyle, 10 seconds. Go.
Was it Powers of Pain?
That is also incorrect. It was the Young Stallions.
Oh.
Brian, you were actually thinking of Paul Roma and Hercules.
Hercules,
as
I realized
Powers.
as soon as I said it, I realized I screwed up.
Yeah. That's all right. I mean, we've still got many more questions to go. Kyle, your next question. Still have your skip. And I actually just watched this match before we came on the air. Who won the Russo's Revenge War Games match for the WCW Championship on the September 4th, 2000 edition of Monday Nitro? 10 seconds. Go.
War Games. Vince Russo?
That is incorrect. Brian, 10 seconds. Go.
That was going to be my pick, but now you said it's wrong. Crap. Booker T?
That is also incorrect. Both of them were in the match, but it was actually Kevin Nash.
Oh.
Yeah, Russo actually won the title in a cage 3 weeks later.
Right.
Okay, that's where I got confused. All right.
Yeah. Well, there was. I brought this up the episode I won the title. There were so many title changes in WCW 2000 that it's
hard to keep track.
Yeah, it is hard to keep track. It's very hard to keep track.
Yeah, you made a video on it. That's how many there was.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm still confused.
I know.
I think a lot of us are confused with many of WCW's booking decisions in 2000.
Mhm.
I mean, Lance Storm tweets out about it almost on a weekly basis, and he was there for it. All right. Brian, here's your next question. And again, both of you still have your skips. Who did Beth Phoenix defeat to win her first women's championship? 10 seconds. Go.
I'm going to say Eve Torres.
That is incorrect. Kyle, 10 seconds. Go.
Candice Michelle.
Candice Michelle is correct. Yes. No Mercy 2007.
Yep.
All right. Your next question, Kyle. And this is a little bit out there, but let's see if you watch WWE's online YouTube stuff. And this is not up, up, down, down, by the way.
Oh, thank God.
What was John Cena's character name in Southpaw Regional Wrestling? 10 seconds. Go.
It's been a while since I watched that. Might have to skip that one.
Oh, skipping on it. Brian, did you know that one?
Well, who? What was the question again? I'm sorry.
The question was, what was John Cena's character name in Southpaw Regional Wrestling?
Jesus. Oh my God. I spaced. I can't remember.
It is Lance Catamaran.
There you go. I was obsessed with that series too. And I kept
It was such a great series. I wish they'd bring it back because it was so funny.
It peaked at season 1. Season 2 wasn't as good.
I enjoyed season 2. I mean, season 1 was pretty funny, but season 2 had its moments also.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right.
All right, but you did use your skip questions, so we will go to the skip questions from Rachel at WWE Our Dream. Kyle.
All right.
Which WWE Hall of Famer inducted Sherry Martel into the Hall of Fame in 2006? 10 seconds. Go.
Hall of Fame. It wasn't Mean Gene, was it?
That is incorrect. Brian, 10 seconds. Go.
Was it Shawn Michaels?
That is also incorrect.
God.
It was another person that she managed. It was the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase.
Oh,
jeez.
So nobody gets the point there. We got a tight one here. It's a good one. This is pretty much how I don't want to say how I expected it to go, but it's a fight. It's a good match. All right, Brian, you still have your skip. Here's your next question. Who hosted a forum with the 4 participants in the Universal Championship match on the August 29th, 2016 edition of Monday Night Raw? 10 seconds. Go.
I'm going to say it was Corey Graves.
That is correct. It is Corey Graves. Very nicely done. That was a good segment, too, between the 4 of them because it gave Big Cass a chance to shine. Kevin Owens was Kevin Owens, so he was fantastic. Rollins was fantastic as well, and I don't think Reigns actually said anything. He just beat people up.
Yeah,
so
it was actually a pretty well done segment.
Yeah. All right. Kyle, your next question.
no.
Who did Jeff Hardy defeat in a ladder match to retain the Intercontinental Championship on Raw's 15th anniversary show in 2007? 10 seconds. Go.
I believe that was Carlito.
That was Carlito, yes. I just remember being excited for that because Armageddon was a few days later in Pittsburgh, and I got to go to that show. So
Oh, yeah.
it was definitely it was an interesting build-up because it was right before a pay-per-view. But
Oh, yeah.
all right, Brian, your next question. Who was the runner-up of the WrestleMania 33 Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal match? 10 seconds. Go.
Oh, God. Runner-up was Jinder Mahal.
Jinder Mahal is correct, yes.
Oh,
It
was
Jinder.
close.
Yep. I think it's funny. Mojo went on to do absolutely nothing, and Jinder went on to be champion for 6 months.
Yeah.
I thought you couldn't get much lower after winning the Rumble, winning that Battle Royal than Cesaro, but Mojo found a new seller.
Well, I was thinking about it. The even number WrestleManias 30, 32, and 34, each one of those winners did go on to win championships eventually. And then 31 and 33, Big Show and Mojo have done absolutely nothing since their victory.
Nothing.
Literally nothing. Big Show's probably turned about 75 times since then, but,
Yeah.
it's Big Show. All right, Kyle, your next question. Who eliminated AJ Styles in the 2016 Royal Rumble match? 10 seconds. Go.
That was Kevin Owens.
That was Kevin Owens. That is correct. All right. Brian, a couple questions left, and you still have your skip. Which two superstars comprise the high voltage tag team in WCW? 10 seconds. Go.
I'm going to skip that one.
Okay. Kyle, did you happen to know that?
I do not. That was a good one.
Yeah, it was Robbie Rage and Kenny Chaos.
Oh, wow.
A team name they stole off of Matt Hardy's old backyard gimmick.
Yeah.
I think that's actually what they did, too, based on... All right, Brian, so here's your skip question from Rachel. Who was the first tag team inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame? 10 seconds. Go.
The Valiant Brothers?
Yes, it was the Valiant Brothers. Very nicely done, Brian. All right. Kyle, your next question. What song did Stone Cold Steve Austin sing to Booker T while beating him up in a supermarket? 10 seconds. Go.
When the moon hits you, like it was that pizza song. Moon hits pizza pie in the sky. Or, I don't know the name of it.
I think I have to give you credit for that because that's Amore. That was the correct song.
I just
Even though you didn't get the title, but you knew which song it was.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, Brian. Here's your question. At which TNA pay-per-view did Scott Steiner make his debut in 2006?
Jesus.
10 seconds. Go.
I have no idea, so I'm going to say No Surrender.
That is incorrect. Kyle, 10 seconds. Go.
Was it Destination X?
Destination X is correct, yes. Kyle. Everybody's favorite NoDQ.com questions.
All right.
Who was inducted into the 2017 NoDQ.com Hall of Fame under the Female Superstar category? 10 seconds. Go.
Was it China?
That is incorrect. Brian, 10 seconds. Go.
Take a shot in the dark here and say Luna Vachon.
That is also incorrect. The correct answer is Lita.
Oh,
I was off by 2 letters.
All right, but that is 20 questions, and that was an incredibly close match. And the winner with a score of 7-6, and moving on to face Mark, is Kyle. Kyle, congratulations. You have defeated Brian in what was an incredible match. I mean, this one was close the entire way through. Probably the best match at the tournament so far.
Oh,
Thank you.
man.
Congratulations, Kyle.
Thank you, Brian.
And you know what? You probably upset a lot of people's brackets. I mean, you did with Jeremy anyway, but now that you knocked out Jeremy and Brian in back-to-back matches, it's going to be hard-pressed to find somebody to beat you. So is there anything you want to say to Mark and any plugs you want to make and anything to say to potentially either Jeff or David waiting on the other side of the tournament?
Well, I know Mark's a tough challenger. I've seen him the last one, man, but he definitely needs to keep an eye out. Same thing with Jeff and David. They don't want to take me too lightly there, like I said before. Just keep an eye out for it. I could be moving on.
Absolutely. And Brian, of course, I mean, what can you say? When you go up against a tough challenger like Kyle is, it's the stuff you know and the stuff you don't. And
That was tough, like the early WCW stuff and like the TNA stuff. That's gonna sink me every time. But this is a lot of fun. I had fun on this tournament and this wonderful voyage we've all been on together. And I wish Kyle the best of luck.
You.
Yeah, and you know what? It's going to be an interesting Final Four now that we have it set. It's Brian versus Mark. Really an unexpected semi-final match, I think, for a lot of people. I don't think anybody, if they would have done the bracket quite a few times, would have had that as the semi-final. But that's what we have. We have Kyle and Mark in the semi-final matchup. And we have, of course, Jeff Meacham and David Diaz, two former champions, in the other semifinal matchup. So we have our Final Four. Who do you think? Leave in the comments who you think is going to be one of the, well, I was going to say one of the Final Four participants. You know who they are. Who you think is going to win out of those four now that we have that field set? Of course, Brian Zane is on Wrestling with Regret. You can check out his YouTube channel. Check out his Pro Wrestling Tees store as well. And Kyle, we will see you in the next round against Mark. And of course, you can follow me on Twitter at PA Sensation. You can check out my Pro Wrestling Tees store. You can check out the NoDQ.com Pro Wrestling Tees store. Buy all the shirts. Buy them all. Every single one of them. And that will do it until next week when we bring you the first semifinal match of the Wrestling Trivia Challenge Championship Tournament. We will see you then.